My name is Stephanie Erickson, and I'm a social worker and family caregiving expert. In this series, we're sharing stories about caregivers across Canada. Being a single mom is tough, and Natasha's challenges are beyond the usual. After losing her daughter to a rare genetic disorder, Natasha took stock of her life. With the support of her mother, she models the importance of time and relationships, showing her children what matters most as family. I had to make the trip to meet Natasha to offer my support and respect for her commitment to her family. This is Natasha's story.
Text, caring for those who care. Tasha narrates as she moves about her home.
My name is Tasha, and I have an extraordinary life with an extraordinary family and 3 amazing children.
Crayon drawings adorn the wall.
Lex, when she was about 3 months old, she was having little seizures, and so we took her to the hospital and they did some tests and they called it cerebral palsy. It was like being hit with a train. It was so unexpected. I just started crying. The future was very bleak. It was almost like we don't know what to expect. We don't know what she'll be able to do, what she won't be able to do. You want so many answers. You want to know what does my future hold? It was very dissatisfying.
Gabe looks into the camera silently, then is shown playing a cell phone game.
So Gabe is my 13-year-old son. He is all about electronics, and he's my social butterfly. JJ, Jeremiah, is my 6-year-old son. He's my baby. He is all about sports all the time. He's go, 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 want to play hockey, want to play lacrosse.
JJ dives with a lacrosse net in the living room. Lex sits on the floor nearby.
Hard to talk about her, but I feel like if I leave Faith out, then I've done her life a disservice. She was the third child, and she was born with the same genetic condition that Alexa is born with. She was 7 years old when she passed away. Her liver failed, and we lost her about 5 years ago.
Tasha washes dishes, peering out of a large window.
If something happened to me or something happened to my mom and Gabe was older, I didn't want the weight of the situation on his shoulders. I didn't want him to be left alone with 2 sisters that he had to care for. I wanted Gabe to have somebody. I wanted there to be 2 of them that could take care of 2 of them. Obviously, Faith passing away was not expected. It wasn't part of the plan. Would I take Jeremiah back? Not in a million years. He's one of the greatest gifts I'll ever have in this life. Even if they identify, which they did, they identified the gene. They concretely said, yes, this is a genetic disorder. It does not have a name. They call it UNC80. UNC stands for uncontrolled because of the inability to really control their movements. So that's where the UNC comes from. And 80 is the gene number. So that's how they named it, and I just think that's such a horrible name. So we call it amongst ourselves, we call it Faith's disorder, because it was after she passed when they did the testing. That really helped sort of propel everything forward at light speed. That they could get to a cellular level now and go, oh, okay, this is what it is, this is what's going on. So I think she contributed to it, and we call it Faith's disorder.
Stephanie Erickson writes Tasha on an envelope.
Natasha doesn't ever think about herself because her family is her priority. But I wanted to think about Natasha. I got her a meal delivery service so that she could have some nights off in the kitchen, and I thought it was important for her and her mom to have some quality time, so I got something for them to share as well. And because family is such a priority for Natasha, I made sure to get something for each of her children as well.
Tasha sits with her 3 children and Stephanie in the living room.
What I would tell others is, if you keep fighting through and you keep your head up and you don't quit on yourself, on them, on your family, if you learn to see things from a perspective of love and gratitude, everything will shift. It will take time, but it will be worth it in the end.
Tasha smiles to the camera. Text, caring for those who care. Text, produced with the participation of TLS Fund. Logo, north of now.